Hi, this is Dr. Margaret Paul, and I'd like to talk to you about sexuality in long-term relationships. What's going on in your relationship? Does one of you want to have sex a whole lot more than the other? This is a very, very common problem in relationships. And lots of times, the partner who wants to have more sex thinks that the other one who doesn't, that there's something wrong with their sexuality. But in reality, that's generally not the case. One of the main reasons why sexuality goes out of relationships is that very often one partner tends to want to have sex from a needy place, a place where he or she is saying, I need to have sex in order to be happy. I need to have sex in order to feel okay about myself. If you really loved me, you would have sex with me and show me that I'm attractive and that I'm loved by you and that I'm lovable. Even people who feel fairly good about themselves in the world and maybe fairly powerful in the world, sometimes when they come home with their spouse, suddenly they become like a needy little child. Let's take an example of John and Mary. John is a successful man in his life. And when Mary sees him at work, she's really attracted to him. But when John comes home, all of a sudden, John becomes like a needy little boy. And Mary is just not attracted to needy little boys. She's attracted to a man who's in his power. And so the more John comes to her, like a little boy, needing sex in order to feel okay about himself, getting angry at her when she doesn't have sex with him, the more turned off she is to him. Now, these two might have had wonderful sex at the beginning because at the beginning, John may have been more in his power. And as they went through the relationship, he might have become more and more controlling of Mary. And one of the things that just doesn't feel good is to have sex because you're giving in to somebody, to have sex in order to make them feel good about themselves, to have sex because somebody's trying to control you and you're afraid of their anger. None of that is very attractive. None of that will make somebody want to have sex. Now, when both people are practicing the inner bonding process, each person learns to take responsibility for their own good feelings, their own inner peace, their own joy, their own aliveness, their own self-esteem. And when each person is really learning how to fill themselves up with love, then they can come to each other already filled with love. They don't need to get love from the other person. They don't need to get sex in order to feel okay about themselves. They're coming in order to share their love rather than get love. Now, I want to encourage all of you to think about joining the Inner Bonding membership site, Inner Bonding Village. We have 7 free days for you. And being a member of this site will be so beneficial to you in terms of helping you learn to come from love rather than in your relationship always trying to get love from the other person.